Hi, welcome back to Holly's Dreadful Colors. This is my assistant, Sadie.
Yeah, we just did a video, but we were
Jump right into it.
But then we thought that we might as well show you how to pull them apart once you go through the process of the other video.
Got it. So once you texturize them and you put them in cold water, then, or you let them cool, depending on how you do it. We showed 3 different methods. We did a hot boiling ball of water where you manipulate with your hands. We did a basin full of water where you use the washboard to help create texture.
One of them is in the dryer upstairs.
Right, so we're waiting on those. So that one may or may not be in this video. But we want to show you kind of how they come out, because when you texturize them that way, they do get stuck together. So
very stuck together.
yeah, so these have been in cold water. A bowl of cold water.
See how they're stuck together?
Yeah, pull it back a little bit so they can see. Yep, stuck together like this in a ball. Showed you in the last video. And we just kind of unravel. Okay. Sometimes they get a little more stuck than others. You want to do this last one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wring it out for you.
Okay,
let's do the last one. And then we're gonna. This one's still.
Oh,
I put too much in here, I think, so the texture is not quite how I want it. But you know what? I want to check it out. So
see how, like, I'm pulling it, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to be pulling it, though. Like, what the heck? Like, what the heck, man? I never did anything to you. Why are you doing things to me? What? Look how long my dreads are.
I just took this big ball of wool out of my wash basin here. Oh, I missed some.
And you can see my dreads.
I'm putting it right in the cold water so that it helps. Not only does it kind of rinse, because it is super sunny here. Let me show you what we're working with. So that was the bowl of hot water. This is the basin with the washboard, okay? And this is the bowl of cold water. And it is getting soapy after putting stuff in there, but as you can see, this does get stuck together. You could try to pull it together apart, but mostly I'm just kind of letting it kind of sit in there for a minute.
I like feeling the coldness. And also, oh, that's kind of how.
And let me show you. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, let's bring this closer. Here.
Hi, fans. Did you come to see me, or did you come to see my mom? My mom's is just boring.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can tell here. Watch your head. But this is kind of the texture that we created.
That we just created.
These look beautiful. The only thing we were saying is, although we really like the texture, they're still a little bit long for her head, because this is going on this girl. Oh man, she's gonna have such long ones.
You're gonna go down to like here.
Let's see.
Let's see. I was gonna go up.
All right, you grab a couple. Here we go. Oh, let's see here.
Oh, I guess it's
not terrible. It's still kind of long. Oh, they're not quite the same. So we did different methods with this one. So on here, we did a couple of methods. So she did the back and forth.
And then I did.
And then she just squeezed and kind of rubbed them in her hand.
And I did the last ones like this.
Okay. And I did the back and forth, but with a roll. So I did this. So that's probably kinking them up a little bit more. She might have a little bit more straight areas. Like this one is definitely one that I did, because we got the alpaca kinking up and we got the Cordell getting bumpy. You see how the textures are different, which is really cool. I know. But we continued to have a different texture because she did hers even in a different way. So I'm excited to see how these look when they dry.
And I'm going to keep them this long.
Okay. All right, we're keeping them that long. Okay. Now, these that I did were...
we tell YouTube we have to keep it that long. We tell YouTube you have to keep it that long.
So these are for, I think I shared on my other video. So I kinked these up. This is Lincoln wool.
Yeah.
And I did little little shorty luxe ends that kind of looked like lion's tails. Now, I'm going to be curious to see how much of these luxe ends felted and how much they didn't. So
I'm gonna go check on my Bobo.
Okay, you're just gonna go check on her brother. Ooh, my leg's in the way.
His name is Bodie, and I call him Bo.
Bo.
Should I just be telling YouTube my brother's name, Mama?
That's fine. I already said your name.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the video. He's not.
That is true. Okay, I'm going to show a couple more. I'm just going to show kind of how these get stuck together and how you want to carefully take them out. Let me show you here. Okay, let's see here. Kind of splitting these off from other ones here. Come on.
Oh, don't mind the music in the background. My brother has a swing,
Okay.
and I turned down the music.
I got a piece off. I don't know if you saw kind of how I was taking that apart. So the ends, okay, so here's the thing about luxe ends, okay, is that even if they're different than roving wool, okay, they're just kind of like a straight hair. It's very hair, it's going to be similar to our hair, okay, and even though it can get matted and knotted up, you can have it come undone, okay. So, or you can brush it out afterwards. So I'm going to let them all dry as is, because if I were to try to brush that out, they're wet, I would just be breaking what I'm doing, okay? Yeah. So we're going to let this dry, see how they turn out, because again, this is my first time doing shorties.
Look, Mommy, put the camera at my face. I want to show them something.
See, this is kind of looks end.
I want to show them something really funny. Okay. I took off my glove and this is what...
Be careful, gloves are tricky to get off when you get them all nice and
nice wet. And wet.
Nice and wet.
Yeah. Then you have to do this. And it's kind of hard process. Come out, you little baby.
Okay, so in case you did not hear, because I know Sadie gets excited and she talks too, I'm going to let all of these dry. And then, well, I'm going to pull them apart, and then I'm going to let all of them dry, and then I will assess what needs to be done. If I like the luxe ends kind of felted a little bit, or if I want them more fluffy, or I'll see how they look, and then we can decide if we want to brush them out or leave them as is. Oh, let me show you a set. I just sold the set, but I just created it, and I'll show you kind of how the ends are here. Okay. So these are the ends. These are different ends. These are longer ends, and how I let some stay kind of like this is an end. This is kind of kinky, but this one's kind of brushed out. Oh, it has a little bit here too. This is a curlier end. It's a different wool, so that's why I created that.
And this is kind of a straight end.
Yeah, and this I let it. You can brush these out or let them keep their kind of kink to them. It can add to, this is kind of a witchy set, so I kind of didn't want it to be messy ended, but they can be brushed out, and when the client gets them, she could brush them out as well, and see how they look.
These look like you could use this for Halloween if you wanted to be one of the people from Hocus Pocus.
You could, yes. Ooh, speaking of that, how did you just segue into that? I will be doing a Hocus Pocus theme set. I'm actually going to demonstrate doing it just because it's super fun. And I had a request that I show a little bit of how I do the dyeing process, because merino wool and Corriedale and mostly those two come already pre-colored. But if you want to start getting more texture, you're going to have to start working with wool that comes usually undyed. And then you need to start the process of learning how to dye your wool. So I will be doing just a basic, with the basic stuff, a basic video on how to create some color, either using just one color or mixing a blend to kind of get the tone that you want. So Hocus Pocus has like some natural orange to it. They have certain greens. They have some blonde. I'm going to show you guys how to create a blonde if you don't have the right wool with the right color. That took a little trial and error for me, and it may still take that for you, but you can kind of play with that, but I'll kind of give you a sense of how it works. I gotta teach her sign language so she can sign while I talk, and everyone can watch this video. Alrighty, I think that's the end.
I'm just doing the hand motion.
Yes. Ooh, actually I want to go to 30 more seconds. So let me just show you a little bit more here. Back up a little bit. You can tell a joke, Sadie. We want to go a little bit longer.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why?
Because it wanted to move. cluck, cluck on the other side. Get it? Moo, cluck, cluck.
Move, cluck, cluck. Okay, got it. You are hilarious.
Like, move, cluck, cluck. Move, it's clucking.
All right, that's the joke for the end of the video. Subscribe, like, watch more. Thank you for tuning in. I'll have more videos out.
Every end of
Thank
the video,
you.
there will be a joke for me.
Oh, perfect. That'll keep it entertaining because she thinks I'm boring. All right,
You
see
are
ya.